today we're going to show you a little experiment to melt Jell-O with just a kiwi.
Alright, so here we have a few bowls of Jell-O. This one is just plain Jell-O. This thing of Jell-O has had kiwi in it for about a minute, and this Jell-O has had kiwi in it for about 2 minutes. Jell-O, which is just a generic name for gelatin, is made up of hydrolyzed collagen.
Collagen is just a simple protein that makes up 1/3 of all the proteins in the human body.
So if you think about it, Jell-O is basically made of many protein chains, forming a giant protein mesh.
Now that we know what Jell-O is made of, let's get to the second part of the reaction, kiwi.
In kiwis, there's a proteolytic enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain breaks down protein, and it's also found in pineapples, guavas, and papayas.
Specifically, bromelain is a protein-cutting enzyme. When the protein mesh that makes up Jell-O comes into contact with the bromelain in the kiwi, the proteins are breaking down into peptides, which are tiny, tiny protein fragments.
So now let's take another look at our Jell-O. The Jell-O that used to be firm and appetizing doesn't look all that good anymore. Does anyone still want to eat it? Anyone?
And yet, the one that has no kiwi in it, I would still eat this.
So now let's look at our Jell-O box. Okay, so you have the Jell-O box. Can you read for me the little red print?
No, do not use fresh or frozen pineapple, kiwi, ginger root, papaya, figs, or guava. Gelatin will not sit.
Notice that it says fresh or frozen. This excludes canned fruits, because when you can something, you have to heat it and basically boil it first. And this kills off and gets rid of all the proteins. So then, if you want to make Jell-O with kiwi in it, you would have to use canned kiwi.
Alright, so does anyone have any questions? Yeah.
After we melt the Jell-O, can we re-gel it?
Okay, so no, because bromelain is basically like this. And then what it does is it takes the protein chain and it cuts it up. So it would be like we're ripping up the pieces of paper. We're ripping up the protein chains. And after you rip something up, you can't make it a full piece of paper again. Any other questions?
Does that mean that vegetarians can't eat Jell-O?
Well, technically, Jell-O isn't really an animal product because during processing, the collagen is beat around so many times the federal government doesn't really consider it a meat. But many vegetarians still consider gelatin to be a direct meat product, so they choose to use gelatin substitutes, which is actually just agar, which is seaweed. So vegetarians can still have Jell-O, just another form of it.
Thank you.